And if we did dive in a project study, we could see that globally on more than 50,000 women in population, 50% declare have at least one pigmentation disorder concern, which is for us very important and something we have to tackle when we come back to specific treatment. Also, the challenge after will link the perception, also the measurement and the behavior of this consumer. Because you could think that you have a concern, do you have ready how you want to treat it? It's very important, especially speaking because when we go to pigmentation disorders, we speak about appearance and we know how this pigmentation could be linked to the age you look or globally your radiance or your transparency. If we want to target appearance of these pigmentation disorders, we have to trigger different causes. Not only overproduction of melanin, the most serious one, but also we could have some example regarding the reaction to oxidative stress, to inflammation in the skin, but also accumulation of melanin inside the epidermis. And definitely, it's all these different causes we want to treat to be the more diverse as possible. So the design of the combination we have in mind will focus on these four different pathways: the reaction to environment, the melanin production, how we could target the accumulation of melanin in epidermis, and the reaction in terms of cellular environments, which is mainly the inflammation. To be able to build this global combination, we have to deal with safety, of course, with formulation rules and how we could embrace different ingredients in the same formula and keeping, of course, all the sensory codes. We have this morning a keynote regarding cognitive science and how all the mix of the formula could impact the way that the consumer will see the efficacy and will use the product. So, of course, we have to deal with all these things. When we go to ingredients, we are also lucky with the emergence of a new formula, 2-MNG, that we have already published in terms of mode of action, but also in terms of efficacy, to have a high performance in terms of inhibiting melanin synthesis. Globally, we have an innovative mode of action because it reacts and conjugates with melanin precursor, and consequently will inhibit the reaction with melanin and pheomelanin. We have already published some very interesting efficacy of these ingredients in the Darcos phototype with some clinical study on phototype 4 and 5. And globally, we have also published a comparison in a screening model regarding this molecule versus 13 other reference formula with a high impact regarding melanin inhibition. So if we come back to our four pathways, this is a combination we have designed. First with antioxidants, with vitamin E and caffeine. Secondly, with melanin production, when we have 2-MNG, we just checked on the previous slides, but also niacinamide. Regarding reaction to inflammation, we have also niacinamide ingredients. And regarding the accumulation of melanin inside epidermis, we will have desquamative agents with salicylic acid or EPS, but also some chemical pills with glycolic acid. And we design all the concentration of the different ingredients exactly with the purpose we spoke before, to obtain the best combo in the best formula as possible, to be not only diverse but also affordable. If we go to a new combination, it's also important to have a new evaluation platform. We need to be agile but also accurate to really adjust this combination, characterize the performance, and validate globally what will happen into a very diverse population. And this global evaluation platform will divide in three pillars, with a reach increasing at each step to finally have a real-life study on very diverse population, all phototype, all pigmentation disorders, and all ethnicities and ancestries. So first, we have the vitro aspect of the evaluation. And this vitro aspect we will design around 5 axes. The first one is really comparing with the solvents DMSO to have the global melanin context through spectrophotometer. And you could see that the combo with or without 2-MNG has significant reduction of the global melanin contact into the 3D epidermis reconducted skin, which is significant, but also you could see that with the adjunction of 2-MNG in the global mix, we have a 15% reduction regarding this global impact. So it's the first information, but we could have this efficacy with also bad impact on your tissues. That's why the second aspect of this vitro platform is a clinical check regarding the global alteration of morphology. And you could see that compared to the vehicle and the control, you have no impact in terms of this alteration. The second impact is globally how this combo with all the ingredients will have an impact into tyrosinase activities. And you could see that, again, versus the control, with the combo and the application of the combo, we have a significant impact in terms of reduction of tyrosinase activity. The last one is very important because it's assessing, so we have seen that we have no alteration in morphology, but we want also to be sure that we have no impact regarding melanocytes. And with this imaging system, we could check that the number globally of melanocytes have no change, so globally no toxicity with this combination of ingredients in the skin, and you have also a reduction in terms of this melanocytes activity. And the last dimension, we use confocal multiphoton microscopy to have information in depth in 3D regarding the complete distribution of melanin. And you could see that we have again a significant versus control of 27%. But also it's an interesting aspect to check the dendricity of this melanocyte, and you could see a decrease of this dendricity. So that means also a lower transfer of melanosome through these dendrites. So it was for the vitro platform and how we identified that we have a combination of value. So now we are sure we have this combination, we are able to put it functionally in the final formula and to do the first in vivo screening. And for that, it's a global screening we have developed a few years ago and we have published, which globally allow us to assess the impact to inhibit or to have an efficacy versus UVD light pigmentation creation. So to do that, we have a specific part from 40 days when we will first apply the products, then apply an exposure with a standardized 0.5 ml, and after we will check what's happened to this pigmentation we have created on the skin. And globally, the interest of this protocol is to have a confirmation and a validation on the capacity of the combo to prevent the apparition of pigmentation with the exposure, but also to help to decrease this pigmentation after the phase of exposition. We have conducted this study in China with a Chinese panel when we are recruit specifically a panel with phototype 3 to be sure that when we apply the 0.5 ml, we have no issue at all. And we apply also in this protocol every time a control, which is for us a positive reference, ascorbic acid 7%. We have done thousands of studies with this ingredient showing that based on the pathway regarding the antioxidants, but in the same time the activation of tyrosinase, we will have a huge efficacy in the 2 phases, the first one and the second one on the depigmentation. And when we apply the final formula versus the vitamin C 7%, you could see that we have no significant difference. So first, here on the phase where you have an increase of the global color of the skin due to the exposition to UVD light. And when we are here and we stop the exposure, we could see that we have also no significant difference in terms of decreasing of global pigmentation. So in this protocol, we could see that we have a huge efficacy, which is one of the best we have in the global analysis of this screening protocol, and also in the test, no significant difference with a positive reference. So, when we have finished this second part of evaluation platform, we could move to the third one, which is the final validation. Now we have adjust the combo and we have validate, we have efficacy in vivo. It's the time to come in a real life study when we will apply the products during 2 months. We are in Brazilian population, very close to here, and the study was conducted in Sao Paulo. We are 90 Brazilian volunteers between 18 and 60 years old, and really the specificity of the study is we have done a recruitment to cover all phototypes, to cover all ages, to cover all ethnic ancestries with African descent, with European, with Hispanic, and also we have a large diversity in terms of pigmentation disorders. You remember, if we come back to the first slide, when we go to the study and we check the different concerns that people could experience over the world. So here we choose to have a large diversity in terms of PIH, PAE, in terms of sunburn spots, that means globally melasma, but also in terms of lentigo. And finally, in terms of evaluation, we mix instrumental and clinical evaluation, the same to try to have different aspects of the performance regarding the global and more holistic part of the face, and more focus on some spots for the instrumental. So if we move to the results, so first we have the instrumental one, and you could have an example here on the evolution in phototype 4 regarding the spots during the 2 months of the study. And globally we have increase of the ITA for the facial skin by 33%. We have also a significant decrease in terms of contrast of the spots by 21%. This is globally. And we have also the same significant result for the different pigmentation disorder, and you could see that we have, for example, a huge significant impact in PIH and PIE. Then we could move to clinical, so do with a clinician during the study. The same, you have an example on an average case regarding stubborn dark spot in phototype 4 between T0 and T56. And in terms of clinical, we have a lot of information, so you could see that we have a decrease significant in terms of the size of the spot by 25%. And the same, you could see that you have significant impact in all pigmentation disorders. We have a significant decrease in terms of contrast of spots, the same for intensity. And globally, you could see that we have also impact regarding skin tone evenness, the radiance, and the skin clarity. So regarding the ambition we have with this study, we have found a significant of the products in all the different pigmentation disorders, in all phototypes, in all ancestry. And if we have to sum up, it's more than 70% of all the spots we have in the study that are significantly improved, and we have significant impact in more than 92% of the subjects of the study. Just for you in terms of visual, so this is a clinical case we have taken. We are in a solar lentigo phototype 3, it's the average case, and you could see that during the study you have a huge impact in terms of appearance of the spots. The same regarding PIH, PIE. Here we are in phototype 4, and you have also the average case, and you could see a huge difference in terms of pigmentation visibility. And finally, an example regarding standard spots. We are in phototype 5, and the same average case, you could see a strong efficacy after the study. So, as a conclusion, we have this new combination of hyperpigmentation control agents. We try to answer one major preoccupation of consumer worldwide, so we have to be the most diverse as possible. And to do that, we target a different pathway, and we try to address all pigmentation disorder in all skin tone. We have tested it in a very agile and quite unique evaluation platform to adjust, characterize, and then validate in a large real-life study in a very diverse Brazilian population the ambition we have with the product. Finally, it allows us to open a new pathway for personalized and targeted treatments, and also we think that it could be very useful to use with a new kind of skincare services, skincare coaching that AI is allowing us today to propose to our consumer. So thank you for your attention. It was a pleasure for me to present this work.